So today we start our video off by putting on some gloves because you do not use spray foam without gloves unless you want to never get it off your fingers ever again. So this was my first time using spray foam. It's very fun. It looks very delicious. That looks like a whipped cream surprise. It probably doesn't taste like one, so don't recommend eating it, but it was very fun and satisfying to put on the styrofoam board. Then came time to my placement of things. I kind of wish I would have figured out that the stuff was going to sink into the foam. So a lot of the ledges end up a lot smaller than what they were because the foam literally engulfed it. But this is my first time building a background for a reptile, so give me a little bit of slack. Also, I don't recommend wearing your favorite pajama pants because you probably will end up with some foam on your pants. The next step for this very long process is putting silicone onto the foam after you've carved it out. Silicone, first of all, stinks. Second of all, it's really hard to work with. It's super duper sticky. Don't ask me why I have a paintbrush here and I'm trying to spread it. That is a stupid idea because the silicone is just so sticky that it just sticks to the paintbrush and it doesn't like smear, so it's an awful idea. Also, let's not tell my parents that I dripped silicone on their deck. Then here, for some reason, I decided I was going to put the cocoa fiber on right at that moment. I don't know why I didn't just wait until the end because now it just made things a little bit harder. I should have waited till the end because silicone takes a long time to dry anyways, so I would have had enough drying time to put all of the coconut fiber on the back. Don't ask me why I did it like that. Once again, this is my first time doing this, so give me some slack. Then I got really smart. I got a plastic knife. This worked so much better for smoothing the silicone around everywhere. I should have just started with this instead of my sad paintbrush. Then we are just gonna jump cut straight to me adding in my hydro balls because why not? They are very wet because I had just finished rinsing them off. As you can kind of see in that reflection, I'm draining the water out of them. Then the next step is to add in this black stuff. I think it's like supposed to be your barrier divider so that the soil doesn't get onto the hydro balls because the hydro balls help keep the water, the drainage. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at explaining this. As you can tell, I'm not a bioactive expert, so I apologize for that. You can also enjoy my very skinny twig arms being shoved in front of the camera. And then here we are adding in our ABG substrate, dirt, whatever you want to call it, but this is so the plants can grow properly because they can't grow in coconut fiber. Then on top of that we have some sphagnum moss to add on the top of that. Then the last little cake topper we have to add here is our magnolia leaf litter. And this is just what it looks like from the side and the top. It looks really, really cool. I just like the way it looks from the side. Then we have our cleanup crew. So we have springtails, and then we have our skirted isopods, which these guys look really, really cool. The springtails I didn't get to show you because they're absolutely tiny. And then we just jump cut to the enclosure being done, but I'm just adding in Saffron's food dish, and then I'm also adding in his water ledge. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and mist it down so it's all ready for him to get into. And then the final moment, here it is, Saffron jumping into his new enclosure. So for Saffron's enclosure, I siliconed these two homemade ledges I made onto the sides. I'm really happy with how they came out. They look exactly like rocks, so I'm pretty proud of them. So he has those two lay on if he wants to. Then we have these really two nice pieces of wood. I really like the far back one. That one's nice and tall. And then the front one is nice as well. Then we just have a little small half piece of a cork log. Maybe the isopods can hide under there if they want to. And right there is a Dracaena, and then of course the food dish and water dish at the back there. And then we have my dying bromeliad. Hopefully it recovers. Don't know if it's gonna. If it dies, I'll have to replace it, but I'll be sad. Anyways, Saffron's absolutely loving his new enclosure. He is a lot happier than he was before. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye!